Of light and happy Thursday, starseeds. Habari Ghani, UMOJA. That's unity. Happy first day of Kwanzaa. I'm iiiYansaje Muse, the Black Madonna of the airwaves, bringing you the music, the mystics, and the mojo on your Jupiter-ruled, Shango-venerated Thursday. And it's a big reset button right here on today's energy as the day vibrates on a 1. So that's a nice, stiff, erect, divine, masculine number of new beginnings on your first Thursday of winter solstice and your first Thursday of Capricorn season. So you got a 111 hitting right under your nose. And it is Kwanzaa day 1. So this is all lined up and I am loving it. The moon tonight is still waning in the 8th house of Scorpio, and that's life or death situations, life with procreation, death with letting old things die so new things can be reborn. And tonight, for those of you that celebrate Kwanzaa, you got a black candle to banish it under a waning moon. Powerful. If you've been jamming to the mothership all day today, you started out at 12 a.m. with sacral chakra sleep balance meditation, followed by your cosmic weather forecast at 6 a.m. And then you have the rising Bimbe to Shango immediately following, right before we got into your funky fire starter, Fathers of Song. So, let me scroll this down real quick. I got a whole lot of videos in this ducket. Here's what you get each and every Thursday when you tune in to rotation 4 of the Mothership's 7 orbits. Check it out. Thursday's Red's Jupiter expansion. Cheese. Sensual voices of the fathers. Sacral chakra healing. Iba Sango, Iba Dada, Iba Aganju. Welcome to Thursdays on the Mothership. 222.9. Beam up. And we are back. So, you all know the drill. If you're watching on my Facebook pages, then there is a player right there at the top of the pin post page where you can push the button, tune in, and jam to the mothership. Cause oh yeah, I get real funky with the old school R&B. I even pull the jewels off the B-side. You better ask somebody. And today is also the first day of the Kwanzaa with iiiYansaje jam sessions. So make sure that you tune in and get your groove on, get aligned with songs of unity, compilation pieces, a whole bunch of divine spiritual music masters on one track. You can't beat it. So make sure you tune in and get aligned with that Kwanzaa vibe. Ashe. Also, if you like flavorful writing, I got flavorful readings. So if you haven't already, make sure that you check out the blog, The Scarlet Serene, where I like to write cosmic things to teach for those of you that don't always like to listen on the airways. Some people prefer to read, other people prefer to listen, and I got something for both. Ashe, Ashe. I want to share with you this excerpt from my Kwanzaa book, Kwanzaa in Orbit, Kwanzaa Beamed Up, before we get to your Thursdayly General Collective Tarot read. Now, I've written this book in a way where it can be purchased and used year round, so you can use the Nguzo Saba for self-work, healing, self-care, and all of those things, and keeping Kwanzaa's principles year round. Because every year when we celebrate Kwanzaa, people would always say, well, how can we keep these Kwanzaa principles going year round? Well, I called y'all's bluff and I wrote y'all a book. Not to mention, we're in the Aquarian age where people are really walking away from celebrating holidays that aren't really serving them. So I've kind of tweaked Kwanzaa in a way where it can serve you year round. I mean, a lot of y'all babies like to burn candles anyway, and Kwanzaa is about burning candles. So let's get to it. UMOJA. This umoja calls us to explore the fullness of our personal dualities and how they create unity and or division to the collective whole. We are also called to examine what brings us together as a people and what tears us apart. We must still be mindful that we can only create unity with those of like vibration and only create peace where there is opposition. Agreeing to disagree is still a form of unity, as there is a dedication to collective peace. And from this peace can grow alliances, and unity comes easier when smaller groups create a tribe. In ancient practices, black candles are used in banishing rituals, especially when combined with waning moons. In the Kwanzaa tradition, the black candle represents the melanin of our skin and the aspects of unity that those who carry melanin wish to enhance. There is one thing more. The black also represents the mystery of us. We have come through the darkest of the dark, yet still shine the brightest. And much has been done and is still being done to keep us biologically, spiritually, and economically divided. So let's meditate on repairing those divisions in the spirit of unity. Ashe. This book is available on Amazon. If you hit the Explore the Entire Orbit link that's in the description box, and it's right there on the top of the pin site link, where you can grab this and your 2024 Kwanzaa Astrology Guide. I'll be right back with your Open Book Collective Tarot read. This is iiYansaje Muse, and here's what's going on today in the Mothership's orbit. Love and light, beautiful souls and star seeds. How are we doing? This is iiYansaje Muse coming to you from 222.9, the Mothership Internet Radio, with a quick question. Where and how are you spending this Kwanzaa? Prayerfully, you will be joining me for Kwanzaa with Iyanza, the jam sessions. You don't have to move to any location, don't have to come to an event. All you have to do is beam up to the radio station from right where you are to get some of the best in the old school jam sessions in alignment with the Kwanzaa's principles. And we're going to talk about how the Nguzo Saba ceremonies include astrology, numerology, candle and color vibrations, herbal elixirs, Bible scriptures, healing stones, meditation on the Orishas, and original poetry and commentaries. All of these things mixed up into Kwanzaa's principles, and we're going to discuss and explore how we can keep these Kwanzaa principles year-round. And all you have to do is follow 222.9 The Mothership on their daily Facebook pages to catch the planetary alignment with each Kwanzaa principle, and tune in to the station to get your jam on, aligned with the Nguzo Saba. Kwanzaa with Iyanza, December 26th through January 1st. Only on your radio station for the road less traveled, 222.9, the Mothership. Beam up. And we are back. So today's collective read is coming from my Golden Rider deck. Oh, I'm starting to really love this tarot deck. It's kind of competing with the Mayan Oracle. Like I said, Shango got a little bougie on me, and he didn't want the traditional plaid on his page. So we got Shango the gold, because we know Shango loves his gold. Those of us that are living that Ifa life. So let's just see what the tarot has to say today for a general collective message. Ibariwa, Gusu, Ila Oorun, Iwa Oorun. Okay, so last night on the forecast, it was talking a lot about how it's time to come into our seasons of abundance and to be mindful of who we call ourselves helping, because a lot of the people that try to stop your abundance will be trying to come back and get a piece of it. So be mindful of that. And that's a Shulio Risha of the Crossroads always teaches. Look both ways before you cross the street. And with that said, let's crack the book open and see what it's got to say. Okay. All right. Oh, wow. Okay. So this one popped out. We're going to leave that at that. And we're going to pick these up just the way they came. Okay. So speaking of them hating ass people, somebody's magic failed. That's the first card that came up was the Magician inverted. So somebody tried to do some old whippity boppity boo, and it didn't go well in their favor because the card that popped out was the Ten of Wands. Oh, goodness gracious, great balls of fire. God bless them. And on the west hand, you got the Knight of Cups. So when whatever whirlwind is going on in your life comes to an end, when all is said and done and over with, you will be offered a Knight of Cups love, but that's still an immature love. And this may be a person that's coming to you to get assistance with their burdens, and a wand showing up. Want your magical energy to help them with their burdens, because the magic that they tried to stop your abundance didn't work. So you're being challenged right now to not allow your good heart and your good energy to be used against you. And this is what I'm talking about in that Kwanzaa space of UMOJA, about creating unity with the God in yourself, your sense of discernment, and those of like mind. These are not people of like mind, but I'm feeling people trying to reattach to you because they see where you're headed, and they only see how strong and powerful you are because they tested it. And underneath the Magician is the King of Wands upright. So there's someone coming into your life that is a magician, but they use their magic in the right ways. And you will not meet this person if you take this inverted magician back. So this is just something to think about, Aquarian age and the Great Divide. So you got the King of Wands to the High Priestess inverted on the west hand. So this Knight of Cups is kind of a cover up for a High Priestess in reverse. So you may have somebody that's sent towards your life, sent towards you to get information for somebody else. So be careful with who you are sharing the victory of your blessings with, because everybody that's smiling in your face does not want to hear the good news. Because what's going on underneath the King of Pentacles? You got it. The devil. There he is. There he is. So you're about to be really tested before you step into this next space of abundance. Because on the west hand is the Wheel of Fortune. The devil to the Wheel of Fortune. That is a trip. So you got a serious test coming up. Your abundance is already set. And the divine is just kind of need to make sure that you don't cast these pearls amongst swine, because you spent too many chapters in your past doing that, learning the hard lesson that you don't have to allow confirmation from spirit, that you don't have to allow people to trample on you to prove that you're a good person. And on the bottom of the deck, we got the Hangman. So you had your space of isolation and spiritual enlightenment, and now it's those people's turn. And it's not about being mean or slam dunking in your face and that's what you get. Let me explain something to you. When people know that they did you wrong and they still try to come back into your energy and you allow them to, you are still stunting their spiritual growth. Because as long as they can hide under your wing, they will never go to God for themselves. Something to keep in mind. So don't block somebody else's lessons, trying to coddle them in areas where it's time for them to be divinely chastised. And I'm going to leave that where it is. There's my general message. If you would like a personal read, then by all means, dial the number on the screen, 314-200-0368. I am iiiYansaje Muse, and here's what's going on today in the Mothership's orbit. Beam up.
Moonrise, black and glowing skies advise my infernos inside. After long days of divine talk, my scratch paper makes dead trees walk through portals of my automatic writing. Igniting, excited, it gets surprising how they drip off my lips and tongue, like ruby pebbles turned loose and skipped across Niger rivers of all my creative jujus.
I am iiiYansaje Muse, and these are my poems in the key of a Cosmo. Available on Spotify and on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time on your one woman and the divine created radio station, 222.9 The Mothership. Beam up. And we're back, and you babies know the drill. I gotta get back on up to the mothership to cook up more of this mojo, just like this all-new poetry podcast, Poems in the Key of a Cosmo, by yours truly. So, kicking off this UMOJA jam session, Kwanzaa with Iyanza UMOJA songs, we're gonna start with one of the greatest compilation that music history has ever known, produced by Lionel Richie and Stevie Wonder. Here is We Are the World. This is 222.9 The Mothership, your one woman and the divine created radio station for the Aquarian age. Beam up. You know what makes orbits so fascinating? They move very, very fast, yet appear to be moving very slow. Actually, orbits do both simultaneously. 222.9 The Mothership Internet Radio is a 24/7 orbit rotation of old school grooves, planetary funk, and mystic teaching. Here's what's going on today in the Mothership's orbit.